You ever open your banking app, see the balance, and instantly think, wait, where did it all go? Yeah, that gut punch. You close the app faster than you'd close a horror movie. Here's the twist. You might not actually be broke. Your brain just loves pretending you are. Because feeling broke isn't just about the number in your account. It's about comparison, habits, and a few sneaky mental bugs that make you believe you're always one bad day away from eating instant noodles forever. Stick around, because once you understand these 10 sneaky mind traps, you'll start realizing you probably have more than enough. You just keep tricking yourself into feeling poor. Let's be real. Broke is a feeling before it's a fact. Two people can make the same amount of money. One feels rich, one feels like they're drowning. You've met that friend who always says, bro, I'm broke, while holding the newest iPhone, wearing limited sneakers, and sipping a $5 latte. They're not actually broke. They just feel broke, because money is emotional. Here's the plan. I'm going to walk you through 10 mental and behavioral traps that make smart people feel poor, even when they're doing okay. And no, I'm not going to tell you to cut lattes or start a spreadsheet called Budget 2025, Final. We're fixing this from the brain level, not the Excel level. Quick warning, you might catch yourself in a few of these. If something stings, good, that means it's real. And if you relate to more than 5 of them, comment, that's me fr, so we can all cry together in the comment section. Let's start with the uncomfortable truth. Your brain doesn't care about your actual balance, it cares about relative comfort. Example, you get a raise, you feel rich for 2 weeks, then your brain resets. New clothes, slightly better meals, maybe a new subscription or two, poof, comfort restored, feeling rich, gone. It's like your brain has a thermostat for wealth. If you turn the heat up, it feels cozy for a minute, then adjusts back to normal. That's why millionaires still stress about money. Their thermostat just moved up to a mansion temperature. So if you've ever thought, why do I still feel broke even after I started making more? Congratulations, you've met your own mental thermostat. But don't worry, because we're about to mess with its wiring. Part 1. The comparison trap. This is the first and nastiest reason you feel broke. You're not comparing your money to your needs, you're comparing it to everyone else's highlight reel. You see your friend post, finally bought my dream car, and suddenly your perfectly fine Toyota feels like a bicycle. You scroll through someone's vacation photos and start questioning every financial decision you've made since birth. Here's the secret. You're not jealous of their money. You're jealous of what you think their money means. You see freedom, confidence, no stress. But you don't see the car loan, the credit card debt, or the quiet panic when rent's due. Your brain doesn't care, it just screams they're ahead, catch up. And to catch up, you spend. So now you're not just broke, you're broken chasing someone else's scoreboard. Let's do a quick self-check. Self-check might feel painfully shallow. Think of the last thing you bought because someone else had it. Shoes, a gadget, maybe that overpriced skincare set your favorite influencer swears by. Be honest, did it make you happier for more than a week? Probably not, because comparison is an endless treadmill. No matter how fast you run, someone will always post a newer, shinier version. Here's the fix. Replace comparison with curiosity. When you see someone with more, instead of asking, why don't I have that, ask, what can I learn from how they manage things? Maybe they budget better. Maybe they got lucky. Maybe they're lying. Either way, you stop seeing yourself as behind, you start seeing yourself as a student. And when you stop racing everyone else, your money finally starts working for you, not your ego. Quick engagement moment. I'm curious. What's the dumbest because someone else had it purchase you've ever made? Drop it in the comments. I promise, no judgment. I once bought a designer hoodie I wore twice because it looked expensive. Spoiler, it looked like regret. Part 2. The endless upgrade loop. Okay, imagine this. You finally buy the thing you've been saving for. Maybe a better phone, a car, a nicer apartment. For 2 weeks, you feel like the main character. Then suddenly, it's just normal. And you start eyeing the next upgrade. Congratulations, you've entered the endless upgrade loop. This loop is brutal because it disguises itself as progress. You tell yourself, I'm improving my lifestyle. But really, you're just adjusting your comfort zone upward every time your income increases. Here's how it goes. You start with instant noodles, move up to takeout, move up to eating out. Now you're ordering delivery because time is money. Before you know it, your cost of living doubled, but your happiness didn't move an inch. It's like your wallet's on a treadmill while your joy is napping in the corner. This is what people mean by lifestyle creep. It doesn't hit all at once, it sneaks in with tiny, innocent upgrades. New phone case here, upgraded laptop there, maybe a small apartment that just feels more adult. You rationalize every step. I work hard, I deserve this. It's just an extra $40 a month. Everyone else my age has one. One of those alone isn't a problem. 10 of them combined, that's the reason you feel broke. Here's the scary part. Your brain will always find a reason to upgrade. It's addicted to new. New gives dopamine. Dopamine feels like happiness, but it's just excitement. And excitement fades fast. So you chase another new to get the high again, like a gamer grinding levels that never end. Want to break out? Do a gratitude audit. Sounds cheesy, but stay with me. Write down 5 things you own that you once wanted badly. Your phone, your shoes, your chair, even that random Bluetooth speaker. Now imagine you had to buy all of them again today at full price. Feel that? You'd suddenly feel rich and stuff. You don't actually need more money, you just need to remember how much value you already bought. And if you ever catch yourself saying, I'll be happy when I get X, stop and ask, how long did the last X make me happy? If the answer's less than a month, congrats, you just spotted another upgrade trap. Let's make this fun? Drop in the comments. What's your most temporary happiness purchase? I'll start a $300 coffee machine that I now use to reheat yesterday's coffee. Part 3. The invisible inflation. You know what's wild? Half the time you don't go broke from big purchases. It's the tiny ones that nibble your wallet to death. The real danger isn't the $800 phone upgrade, it's the $3 a day habits that hide under that's nothing. $3 here, $7 there, $15 subscription you forgot about. Since the pandemic. Add them up and you're basically paying rent to your laziness. Economists call it lifestyle inflation. I call it death by 1,000 auto payments. It works like this. Every time your income rises, your spending quietly follows. Not because you decide to, but because your definition of normal slides upward without permission. When you were broke, cooking pasta felt fine. Then you got a raise. Now cooking feels like punishment. So, you DoorDash. Again. And again. Suddenly, you're paying $40 for food that still tastes like sadness. Your brain loves this because it frames every new expense as tiny. But 10 tiny expenses equal one giant "why am I broke again" moment at the end of the month. Here's a fun test. Open your bank app, scroll through the last 30 days, and find the one recurring charge you forgot existed. Got it? Cool. Comment what it was. Let's see who's donating the most money to forgotten gym memberships. Fix. Once a month, do a subscription audit. Cancel one thing you don't use this week. Don't overthink it. You can always resubscribe. Instant $10, $30 raise, no boss required. Remember, inflation outside your wallet hurts, but inflation inside your lifestyle destroys you slowly and politely. Part 4. The Dopamine Wallet. Ever notice how you suddenly need something right after a bad day? That's not coincidence. That's brain chemistry with a credit limit. When you're stressed, your body looks for a quick dopamine hit. Food, scrolling, online shopping. Same mechanism. Except buying stuff feels productive, so your brain tricks you into thinking it's self-care. Treat yourself, right? Yeah, except you're treating yourself to regret. Online stores know this. That's why the buy now button is giant and the save for later one is basically invisible. They're not selling products, they're selling temporary relief. The worst part, it actually works. For about 15 minutes you feel in control again. Then guilt kicks in, which causes more stress. And what fixes stress? Yep, another purchase. Congratulations, you just built a perfect little hamster wheel of emotional spending. Want out? Next time you feel that I deserve this rush, set a 24-hour rule. Add it to cart. Walk away. If you still want it tomorrow, buy it. Most times you'll forget it even existed. Here's a challenge. Try the 24-hour rule this week and comment if it actually saved you money. Let's see who breaks the cycle first. Bottom line, your wallet isn't empty, it's just doing emotional labor it never signed up for. Part 5. The future me lie. Future me is that imaginary superhero who'll totally start saving next month. Future me wakes up early, budgets perfectly, and somehow has a six-pack. Meanwhile, present me just ordered takeout again, because cooking felt like math homework. Every broke feeling comes with a whisper. It's fine, future me will handle it. Except future me never shows up, only slightly more tired me. The psychology behind this is called temporal discounting. Your brain values today's comfort more than tomorrow's security. It's like picking $10 now instead of $20 next week. Feels harmless until next week turns into next decade. Here's the trick. Make future you impossible to ignore. Set up automatic transfers right after payday. That way present you never gets the chance to forget. It's not about discipline, it's about removing the option to be dumb. And if you ever think, I'll save when I make more, remember if you can't manage $1,000 right, $10,000 won't fix it. The zeros change, the habits don't. Question for the comments. What's one thing future you keeps promising to do but never does? Saving? Side hustle? Gym? Be honest, we're all calling ourselves out today. Part 6. The money identity problem. Here's a deep one. You don't manage money, you manage who you think you are. If deep down you believe I'm just bad with money, your brain will look for ways to prove that true. You'll overspend, forget bills, and call it bad luck. That's not bad luck, that's identity protection. We act in ways that match our self-image, even when it hurts us. That's why people who finally get out of debt sometimes jump right back in. Being broke feels familiar, and familiar feels safe. Your money habits are basically your personality wearing a price tag. If you see yourself as a survivor, you'll always live in survival mode. If you see yourself as someone who builds, you'll start saving like a builder. The fix? Start using identity-based language. Instead of "I'm trying to save," say "I'm a saver." Instead of "I'm cutting back," say "I'm the kind of person who spends intentionally." Sounds cheesy, but your brain listens to repetition more than logic. So, say it with me in the comments. Literally type it. I'm not broke, I'm building. That little sentence rewires way more than you think. Part 7. The empty reward system. You finally hit a goal, paid off a credit card, landed a raise, finished a side project, and your first thought is, nice, now I can spend a little. Instant dopamine. Instant sabotage. It's the same brain trick dogs fall for when they bark once and get a treat. We train ourselves to reward success with the exact behavior that caused the problem. Your brain treats achievement and permission like twins. Achievement. I saved $500. Permission. Time for new shoes. That's why so many people earn more but feel exactly the same. They keep celebrating progress by reversing it. The fix is stupid simple, but powerful. Separate reward from reversal. Celebrate wins with things that don't undo the win. Go out with friends, take a day off, buy a $3 ice cream, not a $300 gadget. You're teaching your brain that progress itself feels good, not the spending that follows. Quick experiment. Drop a palms in the comments if you've ever wiped out a savings goal, celebrating the fact that you had one. Part 8. The comfort cost. Comfort is sneaky. It doesn't scream spend, it whispers, make life a bit easier. We order food instead of cooking. We Uber instead of walking. We pay for convenience, not luxury. But convenience quietly charges interest. There's a difference between rest and avoidance. Rest costs time, avoidance costs money. Every too tired to cook night adds up to a week's groceries. I'm not saying turn into a monk. Just realize every comfort has a price tag you stop noticing after the third time. Here's a quick brain hack. Before any comfort purchase, ask, will this actually make me rested or just lazy? If it's lazy, skip it once. The tiny friction reminds your brain you're in charge. Comment your comfort tax, that one small thing you keep buying for convenience that secretly empties your wallet. Mine? I once paid $7 for pre-cut fruit for 2 straight weeks because I didn't have time. Turns out I just didn't want to wash a knife. Part 9. The abundance illusion. Ever had one good paycheck and suddenly felt unstoppable? You start acting like a lottery winner until halfway through the month when reality sends a text. Hey, rent's due. That high is the abundance illusion, the false confidence that hits right after money enters your account. When your balance is high, logic takes a nap. You see available and your brain reads extra. Then you remember bills are still alive and angry. Marketers know this. That's why big sales land right after common payday dates. They're timing it with your temporary financial euphoria. Here's the fix. Treat money that hits your account like it's already half gone. Because, spoiler, it is. Split every deposit instantly. 50% needs or 30% wants, 20% savings investments. Investments lash in the wastely. You contrations faux politics might feel painfully shallow. Even if you don't follow those exact numbers, decide before you spend. That way, abundance becomes a plan, not a trap. Mini challenge. Try that split for 1 month and comment later if it actually calmed your spending mood. You'll be shocked how peaceful your bank app feels when you know where every dollar lives. Part 10. The enough equation. This is the final boss. Because no amount of money will make you feel rich if you never decide what enough means. Most people chase more without defining how much more. That's like running a marathon with no finish line. Of course you feel exhausted and broke. Your enough isn't a number, it's a lifestyle boundary. It's the moment where your needs, security, and a bit of joy meet in the middle. Here's how to find it. Write down what you truly need each month to live comfortably, not impressively. Add a small fun buffer so you don't go insane. Everything above that goes to future you, savings, investments, or freedom projects. That's your enough line. Cross it, and you can still spend, but now it's a choice, not a panic move. The secret is weirdly spiritual. When you define enough, you stop worshiping money. You start using it. Drop in the comments, what does enough look like for you right now? A stress-free rent week? A vacation fund? Time off without guilt? Say it out loud. Clarity beats anxiety. Feeling broke was never about the math. It's about control. Here's the real twist. Every time you say I'm broke, what you actually mean is I don't feel in charge. But here's the truth nobody told you. You can fix that without earning a single extra dollar. When it compares, when it upgrades, when it comforts itself with tiny purchases that solve nothing. You fix it by catching your brain in the act. Because the moment you notice, you win. Awareness is the first deposit into your real wealth account, the one in your head. That's when your money finally stops owning you and starts working for you. Smile, and remember, you're not broke, you're just early in the game. And now you actually know how to play. That's the part schools never teach. And most people never figure out that wealth starts in your perspective, not your paycheck. So next time your wallet feels empty, don't panic. Watch the next video. It's where this mindset actually turns into freedom. And if you want to go even deeper into how money psychology really controls your choices,